Hello YouTube, welcome back to Retro React, channel where I listen to old music and give my honest opinion on it. Today I listened to a song by The Who. It is entitled A Quick One While He's Away, in parentheses. Now this is a very long song. It was recorded in 1965 if I remember correctly, and it is probably one of the earliest and well, in my opinion, one of the best mini rock operas. It was definitely a very good indication of what was to come from The Who if you look at things like Tommy that came later. Now, as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I do not know The Who very well. I knew a couple of their songs, things like Baba O'Reilly, and things from CSI, etc. But I never knew their songs well. It's not a band that I have listened to, and I was extremely impressed by this. Completely, I cannot explain how very impressed I was, and the fact that I haven't listened to it, I'm actually just angry at myself for not listening to them before. Considering that I enjoy a lot of their contemporaries, I don't know how they fell between the cracks, but they did. I haven't listened to The Who, so that is definitely a band that I will be exploring a lot more of. This, like I said, is one of their earlier works and one of the longest. It's a very interesting song. It has a lot of different styles in it. It's about a woman whose husband is away at war, and obviously she misses him a lot. A lot of her friends are saying, "Don't worry about it, he'll be back," etc., etc. And then she meets a man, she has an affair, and then her husband comes back and they make up and she's forgiven. That's the gist of it. However, it goes so much deeper than that. Just first to look at the musicality of it before we go into the other meanings of the song. Musically, it's excellent. The guitar is stunning. The vocalization and the harmony in this is amazing. It's fun, it's joyful at parts, it's sad at parts. It's just really, it's a story instead of just a song. And that's what we want from music. Music has to be a story. It has to tell you something. You have to feel something. And I felt so many different emotions whilst listening to this song by them. It's it's amazing how much fun they put into it. Just the cello, 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 cello part and the la 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 la. Now, usually I'm not one for repetitions. I don't like gimmicks in music, but this wasn't a gimmick. This was a rock opera, and their gimmicks are needed. You need that to keep people interested in it because it can get so long that people will lose their interest. So what I loved when reading up on this is the fact that apparently they wanted to use cellos in the actual song, but they didn't have enough money, and that's why they just added the vocalized cello, 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 cello to it, which I found extremely funny and interesting. And other than that, I can't explain what impact this has had. It's just such a interesting mixture of music. I want to listen to it probably another 10 times, and then I will probably change my mind and feel different things about it. That's just the type of song it seems to be. It's an interesting look at love, at lust, at predators, and that's what I actually wanted to come to. I read that apparently Pete Townshend has said that this was also an allegory for something that happened to him when he was very young. He was staying with his grandma, and she had a bunch of guys over. And from the interview, he never explicitly stated it, but you can assume, you can guess from what he said that he was sexually assaulted during this time with his grandma. One of the guys, either the engine driver, as is depicted in this, was he sexually assaulted Pete. And then he went and he wrote this. And the "you're forgiven" part at the end it just gets a whole new meaning, because what he explains is that you're forgiven is everybody in the story, in the opera, um, are forgiven. The husband is forgiven for not coming home earlier. The wife is forgiven for the adultery. Ivor is forgiven for being the adulterer, the person that um, she cheated with, and the friends are forgiven, etc., etc. But the "you're forgiven" part, when you listen to it in the song, it's not just for that. It's also, he says, it's he forgives the people that did that to him. He forgives himself. Apparently on the live tracks, which I also had a quick listen to, and that was amazing. But on the live tracks, that "you're forgiven" part could almost be half the length of the song. They just kept on and on and on and on, feeding from the crowd to just say you're forgiven for whatever, for all of the pain that you've gone through, for everything that has been done. You are forgiven. For everything that you have done, you are forgiven. And that's just amazing. That's what music should be. That's what we need in music. So yes, I really enjoyed this one. I cannot explain how much of an impact this song has been on me. And that's the reason why I am doing this channel, why I have decided to do this. It's for me to look at music that I would not have looked at before, and to hopefully get an appreciation for it. And the more I'm listening to these songs, the more appreciation I am getting for it, because musically it is fantastic. But the stories that they tell is just something that you don't really hear in current music. If I'm wrong on that, which I have been known to be, tell me. Let me know who currently are creating music such as this. The only places where I can think where I have listened to music that speaks to me as much as this does is in current musicals soundtracks. Stuff like the Evan Hansen. Those types of soundtracks do speak to me in this way. But they are few and far between. Hamilton spoke to me in this way. But like I said, they're few and far between, and that's musicals. I want our current popular music, the hip hop of today, which seems to be taking over the world. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy hip hop, but it really seems to be taking over. That seems to have left music with meaning by the wayside, and that makes me sad. I really feel that we need songs like this one to show this is what music can do. This is what music can be. And if this is the start of the Who discography that I'm looking at, I am in for a treat. Luckily, we don't have to listen to the current music. There's so many songs from the past that I can listen to, that I have really decided, well, until somebody can tell me what to listen to from today, I'm going to spend the next at least couple of months, couple of years going through the older things and discovering songs that speaks to me now in 2018 more than the music of 2018 seems to be doing. So I hope that some of you will stay with me on this ride. Please give me recommendations on what to listen to, because these are just songs that I found by doing a few Google searches, and just this one I found by going through Apple Music, Who songs, and basically just blindly picking one of them and saying, let's listen to this one. So that was a very good find for me. So please recommend and let me know what I can listen to. Sorry for the extremely long rant and extremely long review. This will not be the general length of my reviews, I hope. But I felt to share that with you guys. All the best. Hope that you guys will listen next time again. I do not yet know what will be up next. I have not decided yet. I haven't listened to a lot of other songs to really decide. I have listened to a couple of other songs from the artists that I have already reviewed. I want to do a new artist first. Well, a new artist for me. So we'll see who it will be. And if you have recommendations, please give them to me. Please subscribe. See you again next time. Bye.